Today I'm going to be making a wood stove or a log burner with an emphasis on creating a really efficient burn. I love using wood as a heating source. It's a great renewable fuel, but what I'd like to do is burn it as efficiently as possible to reduce pollution, reduce the fuel consumed, and to reduce any negative health effects on hearts and lungs. Rather than a step-by-step how-to fabrication video, I'm going to cruise through a lot of the fabrication. What I want to focus on is the theory and the experimentation that I'm doing as I go through the building of this in order to create a really efficient burn. Here you've got a basic wood stove firebox, and when you start the fire, you feed it from down at the bottom here. These are just open outlets straight to the atmosphere that feed air in directly to the bottom of the fire and get it going hot and fast. Once you've got a fire going, you've got some coals starting to build up, there's some heat building up in the firebox. You shut these down and your air actually comes in from the top here, and this is called an air wash. And it's clean, fresh air going in front of the glass that cleans the glass, keeps the smoke off the glass so that it doesn't darken and create a film on it. The air swoops under and then up around the baffle here. To get a little bit extra heat out of this system, you have a baffle coming up at an angle, which creates a bigger gap here in the back than the opening here. So some of the gases will still just do this, but some will swirl around before leaving. So they stay in the firebox a little bit longer, getting just that little bit more heat out of the same exhaust gases. And then the last part of this system is that you've got this pipe system. And this is open here at the bottom. And once you've got a nice draw from the flue, so you've got negative pressure in the wood stove, it's actually going to just naturally draw air in, and the air is heating up as it goes internally in the firebox through these pipes. And then there's just a series of holes. Sometimes they're here. You could have them coming in here. Essentially what you're doing is adding oxygen after the initial burn. So you've got your initial burn happening here in the firebox, and you've got your smoke leaving. And as the smoke still has a lot of particles that are burnable, it just needs some oxygen to complete the combustion. So you're adding preheated oxygen right here. As it comes out the hole, the particles in the smoke combust. So you're getting an additional flame, you're getting more heat within the firebox, you're cleaning up the smoke so it's less particulate, less pollution going into the air. It just really adds to the efficiency of the stove. So this is the basic theory that we're going to be pursuing, and I'll just have to do a little bit of experimentation to figure out how to do it in a DIY workshop. To begin with, I'm just going to make a basic firebox with a removable top and back so that I can open it up easily and make alterations as I experiment with different designs. So here I have the 6 main pieces of the firebox cut out. And so what I'm going to do right now is get this cut out, get the hole in the top cut out, and clean up the edges so that I can get some good welds and start getting the box together. So the next thing I'm going to do on this front plate is add some air holes. So that's the 2 oval air vents at the bottom. So I've made this plate, which will be able to sit on the back and slide back and forth to open and close the air supply. What I have to do now is add a matching hole to this so that when it's slid all the way over, both of these are open. And then when it slides this way, both of them are closed. So I'll line this up right next to the open hole, and then I'll center it this way and I'll clamp it in place. Now I can flip it over, trace the other hole. So now I can cut that out. So here's the back plate. When the holes line up, they're both open, and as you slide it over, they both close. So what I've done now is drill the hole and tap some threads into the sliding bar, and in the back, I've welded on some brackets so that can now slide in. Then on this side, I've also cut this little notch here. So as this slides over, I can screw something in here. I'm just going to use a bolt for now, but when I get to the finished stage, I'll make something nice here. And that's just a little handle to open and close the airflow. So to catch you up on what I've been doing, I've got the firebox test fitted together just with magnets at this point, but to make sure everything is as I like it. I've started work on the front door. This is put together out of 12 mil or 1/2 inch flat bar and then just welded into this frame. And today I'll try to get some glass test fit in here. And last thing I've been working on is the air wash system. This fits just on the inside of the front plate, inside the stove. The air is fed up through the bottom of these pipes. These are hollow pipes. Then there's a series of holes here along the bottom. These are adjustable that will then push air down over the glass, keeping the glass clean, and it creates the airflow cycle that really adds to the efficiency of the wood stove. So I've welded up the firebox now. I've put a flue collar on the top here, and this the top and back just lifts off, and I'll be able to just clamp that down while I'm testing. And once it's all finished, I'll just be able to weld that in place. I've added a door here with these hinges, and this can just lift right off. The air wash system is now welded in place. Next, I'm going to weld on the sides and back a place to attach some angle iron to hold some fire brick in place against the sidewalls in the back. You need to install the back baffle and then the secondary air system that creates the secondary burn to really burn off any surviving volatiles after the primary burn in the main firebox here, and it should be ready for testing. So here I'm test fitting the baffle and the secondary air system. The baffle makes the smoke from the primary burn come up over and swirl back here before it leaves out the flue. The secondary burn system here, air is introduced in the back, preheating as it comes up through these pipes. And as it enters this main pipe across the top, there's holes drilled in it, which introduces oxygen after the primary burn, but as the smoke is curling over. So a lot of what's remaining that can be burnt will then be burnt with the introduction of the oxygen, cleaning up the burn and getting a lot more heat out of it. So I've welded in the baffle and the secondary air system just with some quick welds that'll stand up to testing, but easy to remove if I need to, and I can really add some solid welds in if this passes the test. I haven't added any holes into this top bar yet. What I'm going to do is add one small hole in the center. It's easier to add holes and to make holes bigger than to reduce holes and close holes off. So I'll just start with the one proof of concept. I can slowly add more holes and see how that goes and see how the secondary burn happens. I've also added some bar around the edges, just enough to attach this fire rope so that when I put this in place and clamp it in, all those gaps are sealed, and that'll be good enough for testing. I've also added some legs. So the last things to do before testing, make and add a handle and latch here, and then I'll put that one hole in the secondary burn system. So here's the handle I forged. It's got this pigtail to dissipate heat, so while the forge is really hot, the heat doesn't reach out to the tip, and so with a bare hand you can always open and close it. And I'll just be mounting it like this. Okay, that's pretty tight, and as it cools, it should loosen up, and there's the handle mounted. I'll see how far the heat comes out the spiral, and I might be able to cut that back a bit if the heat doesn't come too far out. And I've got the hole drilled in the top for the secondary burn. So what I'll do now is I'll take it outside, I'll put a flue on it, and sort of evaluate how it's running, and go from there. So I did a test burn, and overall, the firebox was great. It handled the heat, no deformation or anything, and happy with the burn. This primary air source worked really good. feeds a lot of air into the bottom of the fire, gets it going fast, and when you want to get the fire ripping, it just works great. The door system works great. The handle here was basically hot, warm, cold, cold, cold. So I'm gonna chop about half of it off, which I can then use up here on this air control, and that should be enough to open and close the door. So the secondary burn system did work. I saw a tiny little flame coming out of the little hole. That hole is about a 1/16 mil and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up to about an 1/8 or 3 mil, and then I'll add about 15 of those holes. So I think that system is gonna work well. What did not work was the air wash system. It looked cool, but what I was getting was basically jets of flame shooting down. So they were actually functioning like a secondary burn system. That oxygen was coming in hot and just ready to combust. And there were enough volatiles in the smoke that it just combusted, and it would just sort of randomly shoot jets of flame down in front of the glass. And I think the randomness was created by the whole system. So the pressures are varying, and whenever there's enough pressure and there's enough volatiles and enough heat, it just goes up, and it's kind of random. It actually carbonized the glass. So it did the exact opposite of what it's intended to do. So I'm gonna redesign that, and what I'm gonna do is add a slit here along the top that has a flap that can open and close to control that, and hopefully take the holes out of it so that there's just a consistent pressure all the way across. There's actually going to be an increased amount of airflow, and what I'm really trying to do is just flood the front of this glass with fresh air. It goes down in front of the glass and swoops down under the fire, comes back up and out. So I'll go ahead and make those mods, and then I'll go for that second test burn. Okay, so I have cleaned up the glass, shortened the handle here, added this slot air wash system, added more holes for the secondary system, and it's about ready to put the top on and go test it again. So that test burn went great. Every system's working really well on the wood stove. Really happy with it. So real quick, I'll just go over the air wash system that really worked. Here's the door. Right above the door, there's just a slit. It was 1/4 inch or about 6 mil, and the full width of the door. And then behind it, there's just a little flap that you can actuate from the outside, and then just a little shroud over it to really direct the air down and to make sure it's not interfering with the flue gases leaving. It worked out really well. I turned down the fire to really get it smoky so that you can see the current that it's creating. So I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna put the stove together in its final form now. So here it is, all finished, sitting next to a fire tool set that I forged, and I'll try to do a video of one of these in the future. This thing is throwing off some serious heat, is super efficient, and I really like the way it turned out. I think it looks really good. The handles are nice and cool to the touch, so this is a design I would definitely do in the future. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. Thanks for watching.